Someone once told me, it's not what we do that makes us who we are, but why we do it. My name is Shane Winters, and you might be wondering what I'm doing with all this money. But to really understand what I'm doing, you need to know how it all started. My dad owned a hardware store where I spent most of my childhood.
Have a great day.
You see, I knew early on I didn't want to be just another tool in the shed. I wanted to be a boss. After graduating high school and with the help of about $50,000 worth of loans and an academic scholarship, I went to one of the best business schools in New York. From the moment I met Taylor, I was in love. She came for money and she still busted her ass. The next summer, I worked at a coffee shop and raised up enough money to move to the city with my best friend Cole. He bartends at a small club in the village and doesn't go to college, but don't let him fool you. He's smarter than he looks. Things were going great. My junior year was flying by. Until it hit a giant brick wall.
Hey, Mom, what's going on?
They say your life can change in the blink of an eye.
What happened?
My dad died.
That semester, my grades dropped, and at the end of the year, I lost my scholarship. If I planned on graduating, I needed to find a way to get $10,000 by September. I couldn't tell my mom, though. She had enough to worry about now that she was running the hardware store. I was on my own.
They all gotta, parents paying for all this shit, and they're gonna be doctors, and they're gonna be lawyers, and that's great for them.
Listen, just take it easy, all right? We're gonna figure it out. You know, in some countries, college is free.
Yeah, well, not in America. People spend their entire lives paying back their college loans.
Exactly, and that's why I never went.
Okay, well, if I want to start a business someday, I need a degree.
No, the only thing you need is to take a shower.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Come dance with me.
No, let's just get out of here. Let's go home and watch movies.
Would you relax? Just have a drink, live a little.
All right, I'll try.
Okay, I have an idea.
Molly, take one of these lovely ladies, you have the time of your life.
That's Wade, and although I'd never met him before, I knew all about him. He didn't go to school, but for college students looking to party on the weekends, he was the guy to go to. He was known for being flashy and a loose cannon.
People can't get enough of this shit. I don't blame them though. Easy to get addicted to.
Why?
Because it makes you happy.
It really does.
I'm telling you.
Shane?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Normally I sell them for 20 a pop, but since you're friends with Zoe, I'll give it to y'all for 15.
So how do you know when it hits you?
Don't worry, you'll know.
Yeah, that was the first time I popped Molly. And strangely enough, I bonded with Wade.
LSD was in the 60s. Quaaludes and heroin, 70s. Cocaine was the 80s. Fucking everything in the 90s, but now it's all about Molly. Craziest thing though. Half the time these kids are taking it, they don't know what the fuck they're actually doing.
Wait, isn't it what you gave us last night?
Yeah, that was definitely Molly. I mean, I test out every new batch I get. Most of the time, it's normal. Feels kind of like ecstasy, but sometimes you get a batch and it's like heroin or coke or... The only thing that matters is that when these kids are out, their clubs or festivals, whatever they do these days, what they want is called Molly.
You're telling me that all of this is from Molly?
You know, I dabble in a couple of other things here and there, but for the past year, Molly's been my biggest seller. This is a business. You got to give the people what they want.
Remember when you sold weed senior year to get that new PlayStation?
You're gonna sell weed?
Not exactly.
What the Dude, Molly isn't the same, bro. This is a real drug. You gotta think about the consequences.
Think about. This is business. All right, I have a product I know I can sell. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna sell it.
Alright. What if we sold it at the club? Realistically, we could have the whole place on lock. If we do it right. We just can't have your ass out there selling it, though. What do you think?
She's perfect. I based the entire business plan around Taylor. I mean, think about it. A guy trying to sell you something in a club is just plain sketchy. We were running it like a business, tracking our sales, calculating gross profits, and even forecasting revenues for the next few months. Now, it's not like I didn't trust Taylor and Cole. I wanted to do it right. We were selling anywhere from 80 to 100 pills a night. The demand got so crazy, I had to run the whole thing from the coat room.
How much longer do we have to do this for?
Well, we just started last week.
2 weeks ago. My feet weren't all blistered after last week.
I think it's your shoe.
Of course it's my shoes. My toes aren't used to this kind of torture.
Would you like to sit down?
Yes?
Well, hopefully, we'll have enough by next weekend.
Oh, I guess you're lucky I'm such a natural Pablo Escobar.
Don't say it like that.
Say it like what?
Do you think that Wade is so successful because he's just a drug dealer? The reason why things are so good right now is because we're treating this like a real business.
We can treat it however we want. We're still dealing drugs. I'm sorry. I just never thought we would be doing this.
Yeah. Well, it's not what we do that makes us who we are, it's why we do it.
Did you get that on someone's Facebook status?
No. It's just something my dad used to say to me when I was a kid.
You think about him a lot?
Every day. I just hope if he's up there somewhere, I hope he understands.
I found this at the hardware store the other day. I thought you might like it. I got a little picture frame for it, too.
Thanks. So how is the store?
Well, with all the funeral arrangements, I barely had time to be there.
But Johnny's taking care of it, right?
Yeah. We had to take money from the business to try to help pay for everything on the funeral. Things aren't looking so good right now.
$12,000 in 2 weeks? Well, I mean, 5 of it is Wade's, but still, I never made close to this selling weed.
That's probably because you smoked it all.
It's not enough.
What do you mean?
You'll have your 10 grand by next week.
10 grand. See, I was at my mom's the other night, and she told me she had to sell the hardware store, so I should have stayed home and helped her.
How much does she need?
16,000.
Look, I don't want to be the dick here, but there's no way we're getting that kind of money.
We've already sold more than we ever thought we would. So there has to be a way, okay? We just need to think of it.
All right. I'll start making some calls.
With only a month to go before the fall semester, I needed just under $30,000, and time was running out. So Cole got in touch with these Jamaicans he used to get weed from, and look, I didn't love the idea of going behind Wade's back, but I didn't have a choice. The bottom line is, they were charging us half the price he was. We spent $10,000, including $3,000 of Wade's money, and bought a kilo of Molly, which is the equivalent of roughly 4,000 pills. The plan was, pay Wade back, tell him we were done, then continue getting from the Jamaicans until we reached our goal.
It was really bad. It was the slowest night we've had yet. That's all I got.
Hey, some guy's asking for you.
Look, Wade, I was gonna call you.
Where's my money?
Look, Wade, I will get it, okay? I just don't have it yet.
You see, that's gonna be a problem. Now, I liked you, Shane. Really, I did. I thought you were a straight up guy, but when you start ignoring my calls and everything, I start to get a little angry. Why don't you just give me whatever you have left? We'll call it even. I'm sure you got stashed around here somewhere.
No, look. I told you, okay? I will get you your money.
I heard you! See, I do business probably a little different from how they teach you in school. You know, for me, a man is only as good as his word. So if I can't trust you, I can't fuck with you.
took them away.
It's over, Shane.
I had it. I had it, and I should have just taken the money and paid for school.
I know graduating meant a lot to you. But you couldn't have learned half the things that starting your own business taught you.
It wasn't a business! We were selling drugs! Okay?
It's not what we do that makes us who we are. It's why we do it. Hey, even if you don't graduate, you better not let that stop you from anything.
Looking back, I guess I was in a little over my head. But I'm sure most people's first business ventures were more than they could handle. But my story is only beginning. Back at square one. I told my mom the truth and moved back to Long Island. She was fine. And I was too. I wasn't going back to school, but that doesn't seem so important anymore. I've learned more in the past 3 weeks than I did in the last 3 years at school. Now, I don't want you to think I'm condoning drug dealing. To be honest, it worries me how easy it really was. But there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. After all, this is business.
Sometimes I don't play fair.